The first thought is that, I hate Western X K-pop collabs because they feel like a cash grab, don't care about anything type, since a lot of the times the collab feels ingenuine and random. Like Lizzo and AB6 for example, where Lizzo felt like she just wanted to collab with a K-pop group and didn't care about who, so she put a bunch of groups on a wall and whichever group the dart she threw landed on, she'd collab with them. It was so random to pick AB6 even for a remix of her song Truth Hurts. She could have picked a rapper that would have had a fire rap verse in that song, but she picks AB6 out of all groups. Great opportunity for them, but wrong artist choice. Like K-pop X Western collabs don't care about the music much, and it's very rare the music is actually good, and the Western collabs between Korean artists from other genres in Korean music with Westerners feel better and more thought out, like Libata and Winona Oak as an example. Google says Libata is K-indie and Winona Oak is alternative indie, so both work musically in terms of the collab. K-pop stans don't make it better too, because they just want two iconic popular Western X K-pop artists to collab because they want the song to become top #1 charting, breaking records, hit viral sensation. Both the sides, the artists collabing and the K-pop stans wanting certain collabs to happen, just do and pick the most random artists ever even if the artists don't fit musically. K-pop stans will say X K-pop artist and X Western artist should collab, but did they even work musically? One artist could for example focus on ballad music, and the other artist could focus on batty edgy rap music, and if they both collab, the collab will look awkward unless the rapper can also be versatile and is able to make more emotional music to match the ballad artist. People just pick the most random artists they wanna see collab just for the charting. It seems like these K-pop stans don't care about the actual music of it, because it would come out terrible, and even the artists collabing also don't pick properly based on their music, and they just collab with whoever is popular. Unless the artists fit musically where both have done similar music, and or they don't fit musically but they still try to make it work instead of it just being hot garbage because both are popular icons, then I don't see the need for collabing with Western artists. Not every artist needs to collab with every artist, and that's alright. The next thought is that, I saw Team X reacting to unpopular K-pop opinions of their subs or whoever, and this opinion was sent, that line distributions are a marketing tactic to get fans talking about the song and the members with less lines, and if that's true then it works because y'all eat that shit up. When Kitsch released, people were so mad at Liz's lack of lines despite being a main vocalist. I think her position is, and the problem with that, is that y'all were crying over one song when before that their previous songs had Liz having a good amount of lines, and with Kitsch being a pre-release for their album released and she got more lines then too. Like, y'all talk about this being a marketing tactic, and true or not, y'all fall for it anyways, which shows that it works. It's so funny because y'all just need something to cry over. Y'all care way too much if y'all cry over line distributions for members whose overall line distributions aren't even that bad. Can't y'all just do the research first and see the members' lines before hopping on to edit a video about that particular song, trying to act like the member getting less lines in this song is the end of the world if it's not a recurring theme and it's only possibly for the one time? It would be better for everyone if you kept your mouth shut and stopped before you start becoming like others who just say the same thing about the same topic, which many videos are already gonna be made on that topic. The next thought is that, the people who always bring up older generations of K-pop to say that it's better than current K-pop have not really either one actually checked out current K-pop properly and hate on it because of the most popular songs, or two are popular music listeners and have not seen anyone past the big groups and artists. You guys act like the current era of K-pop is all bad, when a couple of bad songs that make you think that way doesn't make the whole current era of K-pop terrible. If you're just gonna be bitter without actually checking out current K-pop in its fullest form first, then shut up. Do you know that the most popular K-pop artists currently talked about a lot by K-pop channels, news sites, etc., the ones who chart are not the only ones existing in K-pop? You cannot just let them decide for you that K-pop in the past was better just because you think it is. If you have a valid reason to complain about K-pop currently, fine, be my guest, since I always allow people to speak their mind validly, but if you don't and are just here to bash current K-pop for no reason because you have nothing to do in life, then go away. Music changes, and yes, it can get with what music gets popular each time, year, etc., due to trends and things, but you cannot cry over current K-pop if it's just tantrum crying because you haven't slept properly. More than 100 plus, possibly even 500 plus K-pop songs release each year with debuts, pre-releases, pre-debuts, comebacks, special songs, like ad songs, OSTs, side tracks on albums, singles, etc., and you're gonna let the most popular K-pop songs, which is a small list, give you a clear-cut decision that current K-pop isn't good. Wow, and also, what if those top songs released are songs where 2 to 3 songs released within the same month or released around the same time? Is it valid for you to hate the whole of the current K-pop era because of that, when if 2 to 3 songs released in the same month would mean you're hating on the current era of K-pop where the top songs have some songs being released in the same month, which would mean you're hating on the whole of the K-pop era currently based on 1 month out of all of current K-pop? K-pop stans are so annoying when they hate on K-pop simply because of the most popular artists, and they always forget that good music other than the today's top hits, K-pop edition, exists that would make them less bitter, but no, they don't care about that. They only care about constantly being bitter and horrible as people so they have something to hate about. The next thought is that people talk about how X company has the best music, or how X company has the worst music, but that just comes down to taste and preferences because it's not objectively true. Why? Because there's so many artists in the company y'all say is the best or the worst in terms of music that y'all cannot really hate or love a company fully for their music, when if you look at JYP for example as a company, you could they have the best music or say they have the worst music, but do you know that's true when JYP has so many artists since they started? Plus, if you look at their artists, Twice has a lot of music since their debut, so does Stray Kids. They have plenty of artists: Wonder Girls, 2AM, Day 6, GOT7, ITZY, Kickflip, NMIX, Extraordinary Heroes, VCHA, Boys Story, Newzz. They have soloists' music as well, including JYP himself. They have so much of music, and it makes me think that if y'all say for example that JYP has the best music or the worst music, how do y'all know? Did you go through every single song they've ever released a company since their beginning? Because you cannot call a company the best or worst in music unless you've gone through every single artist and song they've released in any language. You saying a company has the best or worst music is a lie, since you can't possibly know every song the company has released if the company is the big three and or Hybe or any company who have the means to debut more than one group and give them all albums with side tracks each time. The next thought is that I saw an opinion on a short, most idols do not have a passion for music, and it got me thinking this, that you see most idols as people who do not have a passion for music, but it's only because of the company that picked them. These idols do not just join a company and debut. They get picked by a label if they pass and then get picked to debut in a group, that is if they fit what the company is looking for, and in the end it's the company's decision on the idols who debut, so in the mix of those idols you'll definitely see idols who have no passion for music, and maybe they're there for the fame, the glamour, the popularity, etc. There are a lot of idols in K-pop, but not a lot of artists in K-pop. And I don't mean the umbrella term that I use to put everyone into, like when I say K-pop artists and I mean bands, soloists, groups fall into that category, but I mean artists as in people who care about actually making music with their heart and soul and wanna work as a musician, and not just idols who follow companies in trying to dance well, sing well, rap well in the sense of just doing it to make it look good, but actually trying to do it because they want to become better at it. You see most idols as not passionate, and it's this reason alone, because companies just want people who fit a certain mold or way, and that definitely includes people who just exist as idols and nothing really stands out about them showing potential to be someone greater than they are, and the group holds them back, because they probably are just doing exactly what the group is meant to do and nothing more. The next thought is that, an opinion on a short said, most idols look better after surgery, and I agree with it, but only if you take out the most part of it and just say, idols look better after surgery, because I don't want to generalize by agree with most. The reason that I agree is not because of the fact that I think idols look prettier after surgery, but because an idol could have something misshapen on their face, for example, and them getting surgery to fix that would help them look better. It's like getting braces to fix your teeth, and so I agree in the sense of fixing things with surgery to make it look more even or better shaped, and not because you want to look prettier or do something you don't need to do because you're already pretty as is. They're not ugly having the misshapen features, but to me it's better to fix it if the misshapen features cause problems in life medically, and so surgery would be the best option. I only agree that idols look better after surgery, if the surgery is done to fix features for the better and not because you wanna enhance your beauty more to fit a certain mold. The next thought is that, an opinion on a short said, Black Swan is only known because of Fatu, and that is just a, no shit, moment, because of course that is true. Fatu was one of the original members of Black Swan, alongside Leia, since their debut before Shreya, Gabby and NB, and so she did bring some fans to the group, but the main reason that this opinion is a no-shit opinion, because having a foreign member brings more people to notice a group than a Korean, and I'm talking about foreign members not picked from normally for idols, so excluding China, Japan, Thailand. If the group is only Korean and their members are having members from the most commonly picked from foreign countries, people don't notice you much or at all if you're not popular or have the means to get into K-pop stans' view. You having an idol per se from Indonesia, you as a group may have chances of being known by people, especially Indonesians, because of the idol from another country. You having all Korean members, you'll just be another K-pop group because you're from the country the music is from, so many Koreans already debut, but with the Indonesian example, you stand out because many Indonesians do not debut. That's why for Fatu, she made the group known because besides her the only dark-skinned idol to debut was Alex in BP Rania, but she was from the same company and group since Black Swan is rebrand of BP Rania. So, in actuality, no other company besides DR Music has really debuted a dark-skinned idol, like a black person, which makes Fatu stand out, leading her group to get noticeability more than if a group had all Koreans and you're also a Korean debuting, since you'll be the 100,000th Korean debuting and not the first, because many Koreans debut, since again the music comes from the country. But also adding more, I don't think Fatu alone helped. Black Swan and Leia may have brought some attention too with being half Brazilian, but mainly it could have been due to Fatu because of her darker skin, where she stands out more amongst idols with lighter skin tones, even around idols who are from foreign countries not normally picked from. The next thought is that, I saw a channel talking about in their opinions video how K-pop this year has been mid. It IDK what year they talked about, because it was released on January 1, 2025, and it's probably about 2024 K-pop, and they said 60% of the music has been meh, 20% of the music has been okay and decent, 15% of the music was good and 5% of it was really great. This is no hate to the creator at all, but this is just another creator who talks about K-pop being mid or bad or boring, but from the mainstream side only. I feel like you guys should clearly mention that it's the mainstream side that y'all talk about by saying mainstream K-pop, because saying just K-pop to me sounds like an umbrella term talking about the whole industry, including the Newzz K-pop artists as well, when again you guys don't know the whole industry to begin with. So when you say, K-pop this year is mid, boring, meh, you're mentioning everyone without knowing everyone. Even me who tries to find out every artist in a year still falls short because more keep coming up. It's hard to know every artist because of the amount of music that releases, but it's also a good thing because of the amount of diversity coming along with them too. All these percentages that you gave are not accurate as well, considering if you're mentioning K-pop as a whole, the percentages would be extremely different, which would come after researching the whole industry within a year, which is a stressful and lengthy task. On which basis did this person come up with the percentages? IDK, but it's not really accurate, and if people are gonna talk about K-pop as if they're mentioning the whole industry, then they should really do so instead of saying K-pop but meaning only one side of it. The next thought is that, K-pop stans titling their opinions videos as if they want their opinions to upset or get someone mad. Who are they trying to target with their shallow takes? The only people, I've said this before, coming after them are people who are immature, defend their faves stans, and probably K-pop stans who are minors, since no mature K-pop stans would come and attack you or get offended by something. The only people coming after you are people who will hate what you said, but cannot give a reasoning why they hate what you said, because they just wanna attack you for your opinions on their faves that are not even that bad. Plus, your opinions shouldn't even be seen as controversial to attack you, since any sane K-pop stan would know your opinions aren't worth the time and effort to watch compared to the editing process of it. Why do you guys make these videos when you don't provide anything valuable, and delusionally believe someone could get heated with your takes when the ones getting heated are the people you obviously expected to get mad? Nobody is actually getting mad at your takes since you're not saying anything worth our while. Your titles are lies, I've said it before, and your takes rile up only the easily offended. That doesn't mean your opinions did anything as your title claims, it just means that you got the same group of people mad who were obviously gonna get mad in the first place. All of you guys titling your videos outrageously have nothing outrageous to say, yet you act like your opinions are outrageous. When will you leave Delulu land? IDK. The last thought is that, IDK if this sounds hateful. I'm not trying to be, but I feel like, looking at all different types of artists in K-pop. Watching a K-tuber's video on Newzz, unpopular, underrated groups really doesn't interest me much anymore because it's always the same groups in the circulation and unless I see a real Newzz. Unpopular, underrated group that is not from a company able to provide the group with good MVs or from companies that have popular groups, and I'm talking about better budgeted labels, where the group can reach up to 1 million or pass it each time they have an MV, I just watch waiting for the video to get over. It's not that I hate these groups, I love a lot of them being promoted, it's just that I want to find more interesting diversity to make me go, wow, someone else besides me knows this artist. Like finding a YouTube video of someone reviewing a really unpopular movie or TV show that you're watching and it excites you to see that someone else found it too. Because if someone tries to dig for lesser known artists outside the popular ones, it's mostly them at the top of the iceberg, which are groups that are more on the known side of being Newzz, unpopular, underrated even if they're not popular, and thinking of artists that come to mind if someone were to ask you to name a lesser known artist in K-pop. These K-tubers are not bad either since they're not doing anything harmful, it's just that I wanna see more love for even more lower than them lesser known artists besides me, meaning to find someone who appreciates the same lesser known artists that I do, even more lesser known than groups like Pixie, GWSN, Nature etc. I wanna see more K-tubers make videos on underrated, lesser known, unpopular, Newzz artists, but instead of only adding the same groups in the circulation, add others too that are not more known when thinking about lesser known artists and they come to mind for K-pop. I watch these videos and I know exactly what artists are gonna be there and I rarely get shocked seeing an artist I never expected to see. I'm not saying you have to change your content, I just wanna find someone like me who knows artists for me not to be the only one promoting them because they're extremely too Newzz.